Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show! And tonight I will be reviewing the Doctor Who Christmas special, and I will be briefly mentioning some spoilers from this episode. This episode finds the Doctor getting involved in a Valengard plot to reshape the world, and involves the Time Hotel. Now, this episode was a lot of fun, but it's far from perfect. It's definitely not going to be one of the classic Doctor Who Christmas specials, but for a Christmas special, sometimes you just want fun, and this episode does deliver with that. But it is written by Steven Moffat, so there is some of the best of their writing style and some of their worst. I will say that the beginning of this episode and the end were the absolute highlights for me, but the middle part got a little too, Moffat-y, timey-wimey, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I will say, though, the concept of the Time Hotel is just a fantastic idea. I really like it, and I could have just had so much more exploration with that. I really think it's kind of cool to have all these different doors and how they kind of go to a whole different time period in Earth's history. That is so cool. And I will say, the ending, at least for me, is not very controversial. One of the, of course, doors leads to Bethlehem, and that's where the star becomes relevant, because Joy kind of sucks in all of that Valengard star seed and becomes this star at all throughout time and space. That to me is kind of cool. I really think it's not the worst thing ever done in Doctor Who, let's just say. Speaking of Joy, I think their character was really good, but I was let down a little bit. I think they were kind of shoved in the background, it really felt like. And honestly, the highlight of this episode actually became someone they barely talked about, and that was Anita at the hotel. That was a great character, and I really enjoyed the year with the Doctor, and we got to see that kind of just dynamic form. It was so special. Some of the highlight of this episode is that moment. And honestly, I could have got a whole episode with that. That to me is so cool, and it really highlights to me Ncuti Gatwa and how phenomenal they are as the Doctor. And they have some great moments in this entire episode, and they are the Doctor, and they just bring this character to life. And I really liked how this episode, we get to see a little bit different sides, of course, how they can become a little bit more darker and mean-spirited in a way just to basically release Joy. And that's great. We get to see a different sides of the Doctor. So that was always a cool little feature. And yeah, I really will say, though, I will recommend the story. I think it's definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, it's definitely not memorable. And I kind of wish the middle part was maybe tightened up a bit or reworked, or honestly just make the story a bit longer, and maybe it could have worked. But it has the best, like I said, and the worst of Moffat. But yeah, I like the concept of the Time Hotel. I think Joy was underused, but it did get me excited to see more of Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor, which is always important. But yeah, what did you all think of Joy to the World? It's a really mixed bag of an episode. There's moments I like and there's moments I don't. But it's just kind of fun watching Doctor Who on Christmas. It's always a special treat. Now, I will say, though, that trailer for Season 2 definitely got me excited. There's some really cool moments in that trailer, and I'm really excited to see the new companion. I'm curious how they kind of get involved in the Doctor's lives and what their adventures will be like. And we, of course, see more of Ruby Sunday. But I'm very curious about that animated kind of person coming out of the theater. That looks so cool. Probably another one of the gods that we saw in, of course, Season 1. Well, that's it for tonight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a fantastic holiday season. And I'll, of course, see you guys really soon, because I'm about to celebrate 50 years of the Fourth Doctor. Bye, everyone.